Hello and welcome to TB3 Sports Talk, your 2026 Rays opening day special.
What do they do, like this? Is that what they do on the Jumbotron?
Sting 'em Rays!
Sting 'em Rays! Sting 'em Rays. And man, you know, I don't know. We'll get into it. I don't know how to feel about the baseball team. But you know, there's one thing that I can feel good about. And it's being back in America's ballpark. The Gray Lady on, Central Avenue? Is that what they call it? On Second? Yeah. Man, the Trop's back. Did you guys see some of the changes they made? They made the scoreboard bigger.
There's more of it, right?
The Jumbotron,
more screen, more ads to take away permanent ads.
Yeah, hey.
You gotta fluctuate them.
Hey, and then
pays for itself.
I think they changed where the retired numbers were.
I don't like that actually.
Really?
That's good because from the upper deck you can't see some of the retired numbers.
Yeah, you can if you're on the left field side and the party deck, but they put it up in the stands on little stilt things. I don't know.
They just gotta put it up with the banners.
Yeah, put it up with the banners or something. But
also
I don't really like that touch.
I don't think it got leaked, but I think we're getting all of our wild card banners consolidated into one. That's what Patrick loves. I know. He's a man of the people.
It's like
where are the retired numbers going? Because Longo's number's getting retired, right?
Yeah, wherever they went.
Up left field, in the upper deck.
Huh. And then there was visible room for Longo's number on it.
I'm actually kind of disgusted they're making the wild card banners. You got to grandfather that in.
No,
I want all my wild. I need my wild card banners.
Nah, those were disgraceful.
I want to keep them.
Yeah, come on! I want it to get all the way to the center field.
We just got peer pressure from other franchises.
No, dude.
We did.
That's Twitter making fun of us.
Exactly.
They read the comments.
100%.
It was so lame, guys. Come on. I'm with. And then also, I don't think we talked about this. Gray jerseys are coming back. I don't know if they announced which one they're going to go with.
I know that
they had a vote, which was, I don't know if you guys have social media at home. I know it was on Instagram, X, all of it. But they let the fans vote for their new gray jerseys, and they were pretty sick. One of the grays had Devil Rays color scheme. One of the grays had kind of like a light blue yellow gradient, which I thought was pretty sick. And I mean, grays are back. I know people have been clamoring for the grays, and they're a lot cooler than their former gray jerseys.
Yeah.
Unless there were a bunch of votes that came in, I think the one that won basically is a gray version of our current throwbacks. I think that they were on Friday home games.
Yeah, it was just the original with the gray hat or whatever.
All of them are cool, and that one is cool if they end up wearing them. But man, they had one that was a City Connect one with the City Connect hat, except in the the current navy. And
I liked that one a little bit.
Dude.
I like that one too. I did like it because it was different. You know what I mean? It was a different, something that we hadn't seen. But I voted for the
my problem with it was the hats. The hats had a Columbia blue TB, and it made me want to just baby barf.
But yeah, so back in the Trop, Joel, I will go to you. What are you most excited to do back in Tropicana Field in 2026?
First thing I'm doing, I'm going to the Central Field dining area. I'm getting some of the frosted cinnamon pretzels.
They're back.
They are back. They're confirmed back.
They're back. That's all I need. Yeah. You could demolish the Trop and just give me a plate of those, and I'd be happy.
That's like Patrick Beverly gif.
What do you want more? Destroy the Trop, but get a plate of those for free? I'll take the free plate.
Wow. That's great.
They are good.
They're really
so good.
Super good.
And that's just something that talks about the new ownership is they're listening to the fans, right? They knew we all wanted back. We were all thinking about them, and they delivered. I doubt with Stu, those would become
No, they'd be gone. They'd be like, we got a new food vendor. We're going to save $5 over the course of the year.
Yeah. What about you, Will?
I am also excited for the pretzel bites. That's a big one. I'm excited to just kind of enjoy my routine, probably for the last time, or at least the next couple of years. Just getting off work, going straight to the ballpark, about 15 minutes away, right down 19 and 275. Catch a couple evening games on Tuesday. Ticket prices look pretty good for this season, because back. What was that, 2023, 2024, they skyrocketed. 2022 is the best year. You could always get a good, cheap seat sitting up close behind the dugout or, behind home plate. So I'm excited for that. One last season maybe, depends on what they do.
We'll have a couple more.
They're until at least 2029.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, you got two or three.
Not so more of the Rays. I don't know about
I'd
the
say,
remote
I'd
stuff.
say
at work.
you got. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. That's
We
funny.
might be working remote, so I might not be able. I mean, I'll still go to Rays games, of course,
but it's not the same.
going right from work, I got my Rays polo on.
It's like you
Won't
can
be
just
the
skip
same.
on work a little bit and then get there early.
His boss might watch the show, so I don't know. I'm just messing.
Just clock out 15 minutes early.
Yeah, I'm like you, Will. There's like just something nice about like the routine of going to Tropicana Field. Like I know where to park. I know where to park for free.
Oh yeah.
Subscribe to the channel and I'll give you the free parking. I'll plug it, but I'm not saying it out loud. I don't want anyone to get busted. And just AC, man. That's what I'm most excited for. I mean,
yeah.
dude, there were some of those games, going to those games in April, May, pretty nice. Night game, felt good. But, man, I don't love sweating when I'm just sitting down and watching a sporting event. I think, outdoor baseball is awesome, but there's something about indoor baseball and AC, and that's I'm excited for that. I'm excited, again, cheaper tickets means I'm going to be in the Trop more often. Those tickets were kind of pricey last year. I mean, I get it. There's only 10,000 seats. They had to sell out and do what they had to do, but so I'm excited about going to more games because of the AC and cheaper tickets.
I'd say in all serious, I'm most excited about the new party deck. They spruced that party deck.
Oh, yeah.
Is
with
that's
the
where they have the
tickets.
meal deal too? I'm gonna do that.
They spruced it up there, so I'm excited to see what they did.
Fill me up.
I think there's gonna be a lot of fun surprises at the Trop. Like it seems like they've done a lot of just sneaky things to kind of upgrade it and make it more enjoyable.
Yeah.
It's dying days. But yeah, so Trop is back, and so are the Rays. So we're gonna give you guys a bit of a season preview. Again, comment down below. How are you feeling about the Rays? How are you feeling about coming back to the Trop? Subscribe to the channel. We will be providing Rays content all season, along with some content coming to your way about the Lightning's playoff push, about the NFL draft, about some USF spring football. All of that stuff will be coming your way. So subscribe to the channel, share the video with a friend. Follow us on Instagram at TB3 Sports Talk, on X at TB3 Sports Talk. But Will, you have the Rays opening day roster in front of you. Tell the people what it is.
Yeah, should we go with the batters, pitchers, bullpen?
Batters first, baby.
We'll go with batters, but let me just say this before we start. Go on YouTube right now, search up Rays, season preview, 2026 predictions, stuff like that. You're not going to find really anything where it's fans talking about their favorite team, the Tampa Bay Rays. We give you the best content. We love the Rays, and we love talking about them. You watch some of these other videos, nobody cares, nobody watches. They just say, oh, the Rays are going to place last. That's it. But here at TB3, we love the Rays. We're excited about them. We want you to get excited about them. So without further ado, you said batters first?
Yeah, batters, baby.
Yeah, so in the infield and primarily first base in your DH, you'll have Jonathan Aranda and Yandy Diaz. Then this is where it gets a little complicated on who's going to go where. But from what it's looking like, you're going to see Ben Williamson or Richie Palacios at second base. Ben Williamson is kind of a utility guy. He can play just about anywhere, shortstop, third base, to give Junior Caminero some time off, although he's going to be playing a lot and he's going to be hitting a lot. So he's going to be your starting third baseman. Shortstop was Taylor Walls. Thankfully, just kidding. He got hurt to start the year, so we will see Carson Williams, one of the top prospects, get his time to shine at shortstop. We look at the outfielders. You got Johnny DeLuca, Jake Fraley, Cedric Mullins, and Chandler Simpson. Oh, man, am I excited to see him. Your catchers, you got Nick Fortes and Hunter Fiducia. They're going to be about 50-50 split, so I think I know who the better one is, but we can get into that. Some guys who you probably were expecting, like Gavin Lux, he just went on the IL with an injury, so you won't see him for a little bit. He was kind of expected to be starting in the infield, so we'll keep you updated on that, but that is your starting lineup.
Yeah, Richie Palacios obviously called up for Gavin Lux, who got injured, kind of been dealing with some injuries throughout spring training, and they kind of went the cautious route, which again, wouldn't be Rays talk without some injury talk, unfortunately. I do think that second base position is going to be interesting. Obviously, Gavin Lux was slated to start at least against right-handed pitching, but I think that's going to be a platoon position for the most part. Obviously, Ball Brandon is gone. He was traded away to the Pittsburgh Pirates this offseason, and you're losing a huge amount of production. I mean, it's a guy who hit over 30 home runs last season, drove in, a boat ton of runs. I don't have the numbers fully pulled up here in front of me, but that's going to be interesting to see how the Rays are able to kind of fill that gap. Obviously, we know, we've been talking about the Rays. You guys who are watching this video probably been watching the Rays for a long time. The Rays value defense, and I do think that they have kind of, put more value into the defense in the second base position by getting Ben Williamson and Gavin Lux. Those guys are both plus defenders. Richie Palacios is a guy who's kind of a converted outfielder to second base, but he's super fast, has a ton of range, so I think there will be an upgrade defensively. Me personally, I'm not taking that over 30 home runs, but I do want to mention that a guy who has probably been my favorite story of spring training has been Ben Williamson, the guy that was acquired in a 3-team trade from the Mariners this offseason, a guy who got some big league time, but the Mariners ended up having a pretty stacked lineup. It was hard to get at-bats with them last season, but in spring training, he has 46 at-bats. He's hitting .348. He has 3 home runs and a .988 OPS. That is very, very encouraging. He hit 1 home run last season in his time in the big leagues, and he's hit 3 over the course of this spring training. An encouraging sign for his pop. He's a guy who hit over 250 in his time in the majors, so he's able to put the ball in play and put the ball and get on base. But this is a guy that could be a high upside guy who could be a surprise player in this Rays infield, and I think if he is a guy who can break out, this could really change the complexion of the Rays lineup. But Joel, I'm looking to you. What are you most intrigued about with this Rays lineup in 2026?
I would say looking at all the guys who were in the World Baseball Classic, I think it was 23 when Randy Rosarino was in it, and he came back scorching hot. Seeing as many of those guys coming back, including like on the relief pitcher,
Griffin Jax, Garrett Clevenger, both those guys.
Jax. Even thinking of Jax, like how good he was in the Classic. Like I'm just excited to see a lot of those guys just hitting the ground running.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Joel. You mentioned Randy. He came out of the Classic on fire. Another guy who came out of the Classic in 2023 that was good with Isaac Paredes. He had a really good start to 20. Again, the whole Rays had a great start to 2023. That was the magic.
15-0 or something.
Exactly, and I do think that the World Baseball Classic, I think, played a huge part in the Rays going 13-0 to start that season. And I do hope that the Rays, Jonathan Aranda, who had a good Classic, Junior Caminero, who was the best batter in a stacked Dominican Republic lineup, I do think that is hopefully something that can translate into this season. Will, what are you looking at with these guys in the lineup?
Yeah, I agree. I'm super excited about Ben Williamson. I think just everything he said, I think, the Rays obviously focused on pitching and defense this season, which has, always been their bread and butter. And I think the biggest question mark is how can they replace the power of Brandon Lau? But, you are seeing signs that maybe Ben Williamson is tapping into something. He led the team with home runs and RBIs. You saw his exit velo kind of tick up throughout the spring, which is kind of a good sign. He lowered his swing and miss rate, so I think he's going to be a really great option for the Rays. And again, like I said, he can play multiple positions. You can see him filling in for guys when they need a day off. I'm super excited about him. I'm a little excited about Nick Fortes. I think he showed some positive signs in the spring. I think, the Rays have always struggled to find a catcher, man. And, Hunter Fiducia did not play very well. Neither did Dominic Keegan. He was a little disappointing, but I think Fortes, we could see some stuff from him out of the catcher. We need power. We really need some power in the lineup, and I'm hoping he can do it. I think he hit at least 1 home run, so I'm excited to see him.
Two of them.
2 of them, bet. So, yeah, those are the guys I'm most excited about.
I agree. It's getting harder and harder to be a Hunter Fiducia believer in 2026. I've been on the bandwagon. I thought he was going to be a sneaky good acquisition last deadline, but it has not paid off for the Rays so far. I do like what Nick Fortes has shown, hitting 250 in spring training, 752 OPS. That's super, super solid. If you translate that into the regular season, that is a huge plus from the catcher position, especially because Nick Fortes grades out as a pretty good defender. For me, I want to transfer and change to the outfield, the guys playing in the grass. This is going to be a huge storyline for the Rays. This was a weakness for the Rays. Last season, the Rays outfield hit 29 home runs combined between them. That was the fewest amongst any outfield in Major League Baseball last year. And to be honest, they haven't made many changes so far. They really haven't, it's very similar. You have guys like Chandler Simpson, Johnny DeLuca. These guys are coming back. I think the big change and where the Rays are hoping to get a little pop from is veteran Cedric Mullins. He's a guy who's going to probably be in your outfield, probably playing center field most days. He's a guy who, he has provided pop over the course of his last few seasons. I mean, you look at the home run numbers for him. 2025 he hit 17, or 2025 he hit 17. 2024 he hit 18. 2023 he hit 15. 2022 he hit 16. So, he's a guy who, that's 15 plus home runs. That is over half the production the entire outfield had last season. So Cedric Mullins could be a key factor in this lineup if he can provide drive-in runs and provide pop towards the middle to end of this lineup. I think that could be huge. I think that's a huge storyline to watch. And just the outfield, I don't know, Will, what do you see in this outfield do you think is going to be able to improve in 2026?
Yeah, well, I'm hoping that's Johnny DeLuca based off of his spring training. He was red hot at one point. He kind of went back down to earth a little bit, but we need those solid at-bats from him. I think he's got to step up. I think, Cedric Mullins is going to be the big question mark. Is he over the hill? I know he's only 31, but, still a lot of people are saying he's starting to decline. So we really need a solid season from him in outfield. And, I think Chandler Simpson's going to carry it. He's going to be your spark plug. He's going to get you a lot of hits and get a lot of steals. But, I think it's really just who's going to step up, because certainly somebody has to, either DeLuca or Mullins.
I'll say for Chandler Simpson, if we could see a defensive improvement in him, that would be, critical to the team, because he is his defensive production is pretty detrimental to the team. So if that could improve, I think you'd see a couple more wins.
I agree.
If Kevin Kiermaier can just graze him just with a little bit of his pixie dust, perhaps.
I agree. That is something that kept Chandler Simpson out of the lineup and actually sent him down to the minor leagues last season. You look at his numbers. He hit 295 with 414 at bats. So that's not like he was lacking in offensive production. Obviously, the type of player he is, his OPS is never going to look amazing. 671, but he's not hitting for pop. And you do have to. I wish they could create some type of stat that is OPS plus steals, because again, when you hit a single and you're about 50% chance of making that a double on the base pass, that adds to your value so much. And he had a positive WAR even with his defensive struggles last season in 2025. And you know what? Maybe there's a power surge coming from Chandler Simpson. He did impossible this past weekend. He hit, for the first time in his professional career, he hit the ball over the fence. It was pretty crazy. The first time they didn't even
want to call it a home run either.
Yeah, I think the umps were just shocked. Yeah. They just weren't expecting it. But in all seriousness, I think defensive production, like Joel mentioned, is huge for Chandler Simpson, but also his ability to get on base. You look at last season, he hit 295, but his on base percentage was just 326. He's got to be able to take better pitches and get on base at least a 350 clip if he really wants to maximize his full potential as what he can be for the Rays. Because again, if he's on and he's getting on base, that guys you feel good about guys like Junior Caminero and Yandy Diaz and Jonathan Aranda to get these guys in, but it's going to be about the guys around those three this season for the Rays lineup.
I'll say with him too, they need to keep him in the leadoff spot. Just give him some sense of comfortability. I know where I'm going to be every night, because it doesn't seem like they're going to be doing that. It's just annoying.
I can agree with that. It's hard against lefties, but again, he's such a contact hitter that
You just gotta do it. What's a couple lefties?
Agreed. Will, can we talk about the starting pitching rotation right now?
Yeah, so how it's looking right now, you have Drew Rasmussen, which is your ace. I don't actually know the order after that outside.
Joe Boyle's starting game 2.
He's game 2, and then Saturday's Martinez, right?
Yep.
Okay, and so then Steven Matz is Sunday?
Yep.
And then Monday, Shane McClanahan.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, so that's your starters. Drew Rasmussen, Nick Martinez, Steven Matz, Shane McClanahan, and Joe Boyle. It was supposed to be Ryan Pepio as your 4th guy, but he went to the IL. That was today, wasn't it?
Yes.
He went to IL with right hip inflammation. But Kevin Cash, it should be should be a pretty short time.
Heard that before.
Yeah, he said he gave a date.
See you in
said April
2027.
6th. He could be back. I feel like he always says, "Oh, they'll be back, they'll be back." But this time he gave a
That's
date.
because they know us.
Different.
They're like, we gotta change our scheme.
Yeah, maybe they're just throwing a
Throw us
random
off the
date in
scent.
there.
Yeah, I mean, I think starting pitching, you can quote me on this, starting pitching will make or break this Rays season. I think this starting staff has the ability to be a top-end staff in the league. I mean, you look at the guy at the top, Drew Rasmussen. I mean, what a year he had last season. I mean, I'm gonna pull up the stats for you guys because I just he was so good. I mean, and I'm pulling up the stats right now because Drew Rasmussen was amazing. A 2.76 ERA, a 1.02 WHIP. He had 127 strikeouts and 37 walks. He was outstanding last season. Obviously, he wasn't able to fully provide that length. He was on a bit of an innings limit, but he was amazing. And then, again, mind you, this was his first full year of back and being in the starting rotation after having multiple major arm injuries, having 3 in his entire career. So Drew Rasmussen, I feel, have the utmost confidence in him at the top. And then you got the wild card. The biggest swing on this Rays roster, and that is Sugar Shane McClanahan, a guy who has not pitched since July 2023, will be returning, has looked good this spring. His last outing, he goes 5 innings, gives up 0 earned runs. We know he's a 2-time All-Star. He could be a top 10 pitcher in the league when he is healthy. But is he healthy? And can you provide that consistency? That will be, I mean, again, if this is, the old Shane McClanahan, the ceiling and upside of this team changes immensely. And then that's a big key. I like the veterans at the back. I like Steven Matz. Nick Martinez has struggled in spring training, but I've seen that guy be consistent and provide quality innings. And I'm really disappointed to see Ryan Pepio go on the IL. He was one of the guys I was most excited to see. I mean, coming off a season where he had a 3.5 ERA, provided a bunch of innings. I was super excited to see how he would build on that this season, and I just hope this isn't going to be a nagging injury for him. That's another storyline to watch. But Joel, I mean, what do you think about this Rays rotation?
Pepio still scares me. I'd say if we can get 15 starts out of him this year, we'll be lucky.
Yeah, I'm disappointed about the injury, but I do think he'll come back and he'll be strong. I think he'll make a big leap this year. I'm a Pepio believer. That's my dog, man.
I'm on that hill with you.
Yeah.
We'll die on that hill together.
I will defend him
Yeah.
until my dying breath. I'm a little concerned. Yeah, I think Steven Matz solid. He's working kind of from a reliever to a full-time position, so that will be interesting to see how he does that. I think that could be like your Corey Kluber of the Rays. I think he'll give you a solid outing every time. He might get roughed up sometimes, but he'll always come in, give you some solid innings. Nick Martinez is, dude, I'm scared about him.
Yeah, struggled.
14.49 ERA.
I just don't understand that contract at all.
Yeah.
I think that was a contract in hopes of he plays good and you flip him at the deadline for a prospect.
I mean, for sure, but at that price.
Yeah, it was a lot, and then he's just looked terrible, like I said. And then on Sunday, 11 runs on 12 hits. That's not looking good. So that's something I'm concerned about. And that kind of leads me to look at Joe Boyle. Got sent down, obviously, but now you got your second chance with the Pepio injury. Show us something here. Show why you belong in the bigs, and can you be somebody who can maybe replace a struggling Nick Martinez if this continues? So I think, and he's looked great. He's improved a lot in spring training. So, yeah, I'm hoping he steps it up, and hopefully that was just spring. You know, you're working on stuff. Martinez was dealing with a bit of a hamstring thing, so yeah, we'll see.
I agree. Another thing I do like about this Rays starting rotation is the depth that it has. You mentioned Joe Boyle is a guy who started over 50 innings for the Rays last season. Has electric stuff if he can command it, and he's a guy who's your sixth man in the rotation, or even your seventh man, because you also have Ian Seymour, who's a guy who's actually on the roster as a swing man who can give you a start or give you long inning relief outings. And I love what I saw from Ian Seymour last season. So I'm pretty bullish on this Rays rotation. I think it really could be one of the most underrated pitching staffs in baseball right now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Yoendris Gomez can also give kind of bulk innings as well. So he was out of options. He made the team.
Okay. Congrats, Yoendris.
He was on Venezuela's little WBC run too.
Hey, so there's more momentum from the WBC, baby. Relievers. One of the just heartbreaking and most frustrating things about the Rays last season was a bit of a bullpen implosion.
I mean, that came out of nowhere too. So maybe we're back on track, and we're gonna have a good bullpen again.
Yeah, I mean, what does our bullpen have?
Yeah,
Will?
our bullpen consists of American hero Griffin Jacks. I'm going to be calling that. Every time I say his name, it's American hero Griffin Jacks. Then we got Garrett, Fat Clevenger, Tampa Bay legend, friend of the show. Then we got Brian Baker, Ian Seymour, Mason Englert, Cole Sulser, Kevin Kelly, and Yoendris Gomez. Kind of a big surprise, I think. Hunter Biggie did not make the opening day squad, which a lot of people thought he was going to have a bigger role. But, hey, that's a solid guy we got in AAA. Injuries happen all the time. So
he got hit in the face, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
he's a guy who got hit in the face.
What's up with that? It's like, welcome back. Here's the minors.
He was great in spring training too.
I
I'm
know.
not gonna lie. This
That's
is
rude. It's like, give him his revengeance or whatever, revengeance tour.
Yeah, I don't know. This kind of stinks of what are we doing with the Rays bullpen decisions already, with Hunter Biggie being in AAA, and Mason Englert, known TB3 Will loves Mason Englert. He was bullish on him, but yeah.
Well, you're gonna be shocked when we get to maybe our hot takes.
Oh boy. Yeah, but I do think that this Rays bullpen, I mean, has all the pieces to be a bounce back. Obviously, one name that we won't hear is Pete Fairbanks.
Thank God.
Went down south. Been the Rays closer. Really been one of the only primary closers since Kevin Cash took over. So it'll kind of, I think, go back to being closer by committee. I think Griffin Jacks will probably be in that role most often. But I do think that there is a lot of. I think this screams bounce back. I think this Rays bullpen is going to bounce back.
Yeah, and then, of course, you have Edwin Uceda on the IL.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
He'll be back. Manrod, he should be back at some point as well throughout the year. So you do have some help in case it doesn't go according to plan. But I'm with you on the positive train. I think we're going to get this figured out. Looking for Brian Baker to have a big season. Kevin Kelly, man, there's a final straw for him, though, I think.
Yeah.
Had struggled last year. Spring has not looked great either.
Oh, God.
So it's really, last straw, man. Come on. But I believe in you because I was a believer in you, too.
Man, Kevin Kelly, prime Kevin Kelly was something special, man.
I know.
He had like a 30-inning scoreless streak, and then last year he was like known terrorist. Kevin Kelly comes onto the mound. Joel, any thoughts on this Rays bullpen before we get to some predictions?
I mean, if it's bad again, I want the bullpen coach like as far away from the trop as possible.
Kyle Snyder? No, he's not the bullpen coach.
I mean, I don't know if Schneider's hand's involved in it, but like, I'm just, like, we're spoiled as Rays fans. Like, we have good bullpens 9 out of 10 times. So if it's 2 straight years of bad bullpen, there's something's in the water with the coaches.
Fair enough. Yeah, this Rays team doesn't have the bats to withstand a poor bullpen season or month or two, honestly.
We can't have the late inning slugfest.
No, we cannot. We cannot play that game. We need this to be a pitching and defense masterclass if the Rays want to get back to the playoffs in 2026. And that's my question to you guys, gentlemen. I'll start off with you, Joel, because I have a feeling we might have to bring the mood down to up in this situation. Joel,
it's warranted though.
I'm going to go second because I don't know if I'm going to bring the mood up
it's probably lowest to highest.
Yes.
Is what you're thinking.
That is what I'm thinking. But Joel, can you give me a record prediction for the Rays?
I'm going to go 73-89.
Fair enough. And so biggest concern, obviously, with and going into the season.
Lack of power and vulnerability. I'm trying to think of the better word. Fragileness of the starting pitching.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's fair. I'm kind of on the same wavelength as you. I said 78 and 84. You guys know I'm the positive Pam around here, but I think the lineup. Taking Brandon Lau out, I think, will have major negative implications to that lineup. I think that the bottom is too inconsistent. There's still not enough power. They didn't address it. I don't think that the platoon at second base is going to be a viable option. And I just don't think Carson Williams, I don't think we talked about it a lot, but I don't think he's ready to take that mantle. I think he strikes out too much. And I think we're probably going to see, once he comes back, a lot more of Taylor Walls. And so you get to that point where I don't feel good about either of your middle infield positions hitting, and no power coming from that. I love Junior. I think he is the most fit to carry an offense that the Rays maybe have ever had. Even going back to Longo, I think Junior is that good, and that's kind of the only reason I think the Rays will be in a lot of games. I think they will win a lot of games and maybe have a strong start, but I just think those dog days of summer when you can't hit, and I still don't know the bullpen. Again, I had a lot of faith in them. I thought they were going to correct last season, and they never did, and so that's my thing. And then again, Ryan Pepio getting hurt right now kind of put the sour taste in my mouth. I think that was the one thing I was banking on is that rotation. And without Ryan Pepio, I mean, that was what I was banking on, was that top three being absolutely really, really good. And if he's going to start the season with an injury and potentially have something nagging or just not have the same rhythm going in, and it's going to take him longer to find that rhythm, I just don't have a lot of faith. I would like to be wrong. Obviously, I hope this is clipped and thrown in my face when the Rays are 95 wins and going to the playoffs and winning the AL East, but I just don't have that type of. I just don't think that the Rays have that type of aura right now. So that's my opinion. 78 and 84.
Yeah, well, I think they're going to do better than that. I think they're going to go 79 and 83.
Wow!
I think
positivity. We saved it for last.
I think their over under is 79.
Yeah.
So I think
wow.
They're going to be right there, right in the middle. I think, like you said, I think they are going to start off hot. I mean, 6 out of their first 11 series are teams that finish 500 or below. And I think they're going to win a lot of games. I think they're going to be competitive. They're going to be a pesky team. I just really think it comes down to this division, the AL East, being really loaded. I think it's just going to be tough to really break away or break free. And I think probably they'll be conservative, too, at the trade deadline. I think they'll probably try to get rid of some guys, even if they are in the playoff race. But I don't think they'll be, that high up or that close into it that they'll be really conservative. But I do think this whole season you'll have some fun games. You'll be excited about the Rays. They're going to be competitive. They're going to be in it for a long time. So there's still some stuff to be excited about.
Yeah, I think there's going to be competitive. I think there'll be a lot of positive storylines. But, all right, real quick, Joel, from first to last, AL East standings.
Blue Jays, Yankees, Orioles, Red Sox, Rays.
That's 1 to 5.
Yep.
Yeah, I think unfortunately I'm going to go 5 Rays. I think 4 is going to be the Orioles. I just don't think they figured out their pitching. I think 3 is going to be the Blue Jays. I'm not a believer in them. I think they're going to fall off a bit. I think the Red Sox come in at 2nd, and I think the Yankees will be 1st. I think it's just one of those where it's going to be like, it's just so many tough games. I think it's going to be kind of a here, take it. Who wants a crown? They're going to be a lot of cannibalism in that division. I think the Yankees will just kind of come away with it, unfortunately.
Yeah, I still believe in the Blue Jays. I think they showed me a lot. I'm with the Joel. I think they win the AL East. I got the Yankees coming 2nd. I got the Red Sox 3rd. You know what? Just for Orioles hate, I'm gonna put the Rays at 4th, and the Orioles are gonna have a horrible season. I don't like the Orioles. I don't really trust
they got
what
the
they
panda
did.
bear now.
Yeah, the polar bear, the panda bear.
Yeah,
that was kind of slander.
The panda bear. That was Pablo Sandoval.
Yeah. But yeah. So I just that's just Orioles slander. I don't like the Orioles.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, how many AL East teams in the playoffs? I'm gonna say 3.
I'd go 3.
I think 3.
Three.
As well,
yeah, I think it's going to be a super, super stacked division, which is part of the reason for my skepticism for the Rays. Put the Rays in the AL Central, I say they win 90 games. Not kidding. So I think, comment
I
down.
agree.
Seriously, comment down below your Rays win-loss predictions. Let us know what you think the Rays are going to go. Will they make the playoffs?
Yeah, and I just want to say, too, I don't want us to all sound like Debbie Downers and kind of sound like what all the big, national media is talking about and kind of hating on the Rays. We're still excited about this team, and I think they can still surprise people. This team, we've always, how many times we said as Rays fans, like, there's just no way, and this team just bands together, rallies around, and goes on a playoff run.
I think there's part of us where we're kind of like trying to doubt so that the Rays will kind of. True, yeah. I think there's a little bit of that amongst all Rays fans, and I agree. And I know this doesn't sound great, but I do think it will be a fun 78 and 84. Like I think the team will be fun to watch. Like at the very least, I don't think it's going to be.
I mean, there's going to be a lot of like late night heartbreakers. Like that's kind of. I mean, like it's fun. It's fun.
Not what the people want to hear.
It's fun for 7 innings, and like ultimately, you're going to remember those 7 innings. I think Gavin Lux is going to really wow us.
All right.
Like I think it's going to be like, dang, like where's this guy been? Like we needed this guy. Like that's kind of like my hot take. So.
Okay, yeah, Joel gave a hot take. I almost forgot about him. Thank you, Joel. My hot take is that the Rays starting staff will have a top 5 ERA in baseball.
Yeah, my hot take is, there's always that one reliever that you just fall in love with that has an amazing season, and I think it's going to be Mason Engler. Out of nowhere, he's going to come in. Look, his spring training was great. 0 earned runs allowed in spring training. I think he's going to be one of those guys. We've seen it before, that he's just going to come on. He's going to have a great 2026 season. Mason Engler is going to be a hero in that bullpen.
He said this last year, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen.
I believe this year.
I believe.
Second time's a charm, baby. But yeah, comment down below. Let us know your record predictions. Thank you guys for watching. Again, follow us on Instagram. Follow us on X. We'll be providing Rays content all season, so you should subscribe to the channel. But yeah, let us know in the comments, and have a beautiful and blessed night.